Hi, this is Vicki with My Paper Connection. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and today we're going to make a fun fold card. Now this is not a fun fold card, this is just a card that I made, but we're going to make a fun fold based off of this card. So without further ado, let's get started playing. Did I mention that we'll be using Beautifully Braided today? This is such a beautiful stamp set, and it actually comes, if you purchase it with a bundle, you get 10% off, and you can get this really lovely braided bordered punch that goes with it, and that's how I created this piece right here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be using Balmy Blue as our base, and then I'm going to use Night of Navy as the next level, and I'm going to emboss this using the brick 3D folder, and then I'm going to use Balmy Blue as the card that's going to go in the front, and it'll have a white Whisper White piece here for your sentiment. You could also put another piece of Whisper White on the back if you're one who likes to write a lot. So let's get started with our stamping. I brought my stamp apparatus in, and I've already placed the stamp on my stamp apparatus. I have a stamp case up under it so it keeps it elevated, and it'll make it a lot easier to be able to ink up the stamp. I've already put my paper in place and secured it with magnets as well. So the beauty of the stamp apparatus is you can do multiples pretty quickly. There's actually another plate that you can put on this side, and you can crank cards out pretty quickly. But the other thing that I probably appreciate as much as anything is the fact that you can stamp, and if it doesn't get a good coverage the first time, then you can just re-ink and stamp it again. Ta-da! That's a pretty good stamp right there. Can't complain about that. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is to color my leaves. I'm going to be a little untraditional. I know these are ginkgo leaves, but I want to add some color to them like I did here. And to do that, I'm going to be using Granny Apple Green and Balmy Blue, and I'll use the combos. So I'll start out with the light color, come in and highlight with the darker color, come back over with the light color and blend it all together. And I'll fast forward through that so that you're not subjected to watching me sit here and color. Because it was not as dark as I wanted it to be, I brought in the dark Night of Navy, and now I'm going to blend it in with the the light Balmy Blue. And I did get out of the line a good bit right there when I was doing it, so I'm going to use my color lifter and just color right over that, and it'll help that to spread out. Now you can hardly even tell that there's blue there. All right, now I'm going to use my Granny Apple Green and color the stems. Okay, look how that darker blue just really makes the colors just pop. Like that. I'm not sure, I don't think I did it on this one, but I like the dark blue added to it. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the little front portion of my card and go ahead and adhere this on. You can see I used a scrap piece to do that. Okay, I'm going to go and run this through the embossing folder, and I will be right back. I love our punches and how they fold flat and will secure in place with just a little lock, and when you need to open them, that's all you have to do. So what I'm going to do is place my piece of paper in, and I'm going to hold it upside down. I'm going to line it up with the, to give it just a little bit of a margin there. And then squeeze it in place. And then, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to take it over again. I'm going to line that line up right in there. And since the first time I did it didn't work very well, I'm going to put it down like this. And there we go. That's just about perfect. And one more I think I need. So I'm going to line it up again so that the part where it leaves off that, right there. So I'll clamp it in place. I don't have enough hand strength myself, and this one, because it has so much detail to it, is a little harder to push. So I'm putting it back down on the table, and then I'll do it like that. And I slipped just a little bit, and I have that, and I'm kind of glad I did because I want to show you how to fix that. So to fix that, you just bring your scissors in, trim it, trim that little piece right here. It helps when it sticks out and you get it right, like that. Go up under it right in here, as close as you can to that little piece, and snip it. Okay, so let's put it all together. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the inside of my little fun fold flap right here, just like that. And I popped this up on dimensionals on here, so I'm going to do that again. I like how it sits up on it. So we'll just put some, and I think what I'll do is actually use some of the bones of my dimensionals. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and put it all the way over here to the edge. I think before I do that though, I'm going to put this on. I think it would be better for me to put that in place. So I'm going to place some glue. Just a little bit more right in here. That was almost perfect. And then I'll just trim this off. Just like that. Now I'll go ahead and place this on, and we'll do that right about here. Then we're going to glue this onto our Night of Navy cardstock. It's lots of layers, but I really like how it translates. Now we'll put this one on the Balmy Blue. I love blue. It's one of my favorite colors anyway. Red and blue are my very favorites. And I love all the different shades of blue that there are out there. And I love ginkgo leaves as well. When my husband and I got married, we got married at the banks of the Mississippi River at a park called Bee Tree Park in St. Louis, Missouri. And at the back of where I walked in to meet my husband, my fiance at the time, was a huge ginkgo fountain that had, it was a copper fountain that had water flowing out over the ginkgo leaves right in here. And oh, it was so pretty, so pretty. So they have a warm place in my heart. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and I'm going with Hello that came from the Timeless Tulips. I didn't want to say thank you or welcome, and I wanted my sentiment to be small. So I'm just going to do hello on this little piece here. I'm going to trim it and then pop it up on dimensionals. And the last thing I'm going to do is to add some embellishments to it. So I'm going to use the Night of Navy embellishments to accent it. And I just think this card turned out so pretty. I'm really happy with it. I think I said the very last thing I was going to do was put embellishments on it. Well, I may have been telling the story on that one. I decided, after I looked at it, that I wanted to put something on the back, and I wanted to use this pretty braided stamp. So I placed it on here. I placed my paper in, put it face down, picked it up with this plate, and now I'm going to ink it. So I'm using Night of Navy ink to ink that up. Come in here and ink that really well. Then I'm going to pick it up, and I think I have to move it 2 notches. I'm going to ink it again. And it's going to fit pretty closely. And then I'm going to pick it up one more time and do it one more time. Now I'm done with my card. And unless I lift that up and let it go, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's a fun fold, but it is. And it's so cool like that. I love it. I love the little hello. And then I put this on the back where you could actually write a much longer note or whatever. So isn't that pretty though? I love that braided blue and then the contrast of the brick in the background. Just love how it turned out. If you like this project, be sure to give me a like, give me a little love. If you have any questions or if there's any comments you'd like to make, please do so, and I will be happy to respond to them. If you have not already, please hit subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll get notice when I have other videos coming out. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.